How you going, everybody? It's Trent and Mick from our Spartan OCR journey. As most of you are aware, over the last few years, we have competed all over Australia and overseas with huge support from our local businesses and individuals. We want to bring like-minded people together and listen to athletes all across the world about their journeys. So we're about to talk to
Who are you?
Who am I? I am Thomas van Tonder. I'm a Red Bull obstacle course racing athlete from South Africa. And I stayed with Trent in the USA in Mammoth Lakes.
Mick.
Oh, not
that
Trent
one.
with Mick. Sorry, I got you mixed up.
I was supposed
No,
to
the
be
other
there.
one. You were supposed to be
Yeah,
there, but
My head blew up.
yeah,
had brain
your head,
issues.
Yeah, no, yeah.
your
So
head
no.
blew up.
That's cool. That's
All right, mate. What do you do?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what do you
Currently, I'm
do?
sitting here drinking tea, talking to you, fabulous people.
Yeah, we're
Um,
drinking coffee, mate. So
there we go. On the other side of the world. So what am I doing? Yeah, I'm an obstacle course racing athlete. That is technically my profession. I've been doing it since 2014. So we're on 12 years now of doing obstacle races. And
that's pretty awesome.
I've done them all around the world. Yeah, from I guess just I wanted to start a list there, but the list's pretty long. Like US, Canada, Europe. We've been all around. I never imagined that doing
not
obstacle races
hey,
would
hey,
take
not
me.
all around yet. You haven't been to
I haven't.
Australia.
I haven't. No, correct. I haven't been down under.
And
Not yet.
you're not getting to this OCA, Tom?
So this one coming up now, I won't be able to make.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, it really sucks. I have massive FOMO missing out. Like everybody's going down. But
Well, we've
I'm
been able to
hoping
make
it.
it next year as well. Okay, so next year it's going to be in Australia, but in Tasmania, which is closer to us. So when you do come down next year, because you said you will if it's on next year, you can stay. Well, not stay with us because it's on an island. But make some time and catch up and have a look in our backyard.
Hmm.
So
We'll take you
Oh,
around.
that'll be awesome.
sure.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'd really like to do that.
Cool.
Like
Awesome, mate.
I'm training for a Red Bull project that I can't say too much about yet, but that's part of the reason why I'm not coming down to this year's World Champs.
How far away is that with that the Red Bull? When's that? When's that event on for people to keep an eye on?
So it'll be it's aimed at like October this year. If all goes well, there's a lot of preparation and planning and stuff that needs to happen to make the project happen. So if
Yep.
all goes well, it'll probably be the last quarter of this year. But it's if it happens, it'll go out everywhere. It'll be a global thing. It'll be on all the platforms. Like you'll see it
Cool.
if
That's
it.
awesome. That's what you want. And just to give you an idea what this bloke's like, he's got a Guinness World Record of rope climb. But when we were in Mammoth, he had a phone call and he sort of looked at his phone and thought, that's a bit weird. Anyway, this American guy said, is this Thomas Van Tonden? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, oh, I want to beat your
Oh, that's
Guinness
right.
World Record. And you're going, yep, good. I like that idea. That's a good one. But how are you going to do it? And you were giving him a lot of tips on how, it sounds strange, but how to beat you.
Did he get it?
Did he attempt it?
Um, so yes, you're right. I have an official Guinness World Record, which is also something I never saw coming, which is pretty cool to have. And the guy who phoned was somebody from the Netherlands that wanted to attempt something similar, but he didn't do the official Guinness World Record process and application. He wanted to climb the distance,
Yeah.
but it was really just like a personal project that they did locally in the Netherlands. So um, the official record that I have is the fastest 50-meter rope climb. So within horizontal distance, 50 meters straight line for time. We actually
Yep.
wanted 100 meters, but the place that we built it was just slightly short of 100 meters. So we went with the 50-meter option. And I don't know of anybody that's properly attempted to break that record yet. Like some other
And
people
it's
have done longer ropes, but not like specifically 50 meters for time. So
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can watch that on YouTube. can't you?
Exactly. Yep. So everyone can get on there and have a look,
It's
and
pretty awesome.
because it shows everything, shows your preparation up to it and the actual event. So it's crazy. Do you want to sort of tell people how we met?
Yeah, before I do want to, yes, but before we go to that, the project that for the Guinness World Record rope climb is called Rising with the Sun. So there's a full 15-minute Red Bull TV documentary. Or you can just go onto Red Bull TV and search Thomas van Tonder or Google it. It'll
Yeah.
be on YouTube as well.
And
But the project tagline is Rising with the Sun. So if you look for that, you'll find
Beautiful.
I've watched it. It's pretty cool.
I've watched it a few times.
Ah. it. That's cool.
Awesome.
When we can't get the
I haven't
rope
watched
climbing,
it.
we'll watch that again.
Our rope climb's about
Okay.
4 meters, and we go, damn, we nearly got it. But nah, good.
Yeah, different. How we met. So, gee, what year was it? Wasn't last year, was the year before, correct?
3 years ago?
24, 20.
23?
What are we now? 26?
Yeah.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right. So the Obstacle Racing World Champs, same event that's coming up now in Australia, was held in Mammoth Lakes in California. And it's a like mini tourist town, like pretty high in some of the mountains in California. And it's quite a travel to get there and quite a unique place to stay. So a lot of people kind of find other people that's also traveling and staying and then try and like team up and stay together. So I don't know who found who first, but we ended up like sharing an accommodation spot in Mammoth Lakes.
It was
So
wild. It was cool. And it's a shame this bloke wasn't with us because it was so much fun. But I recall we sort of messaged each other a few times and you gave us your number. And it was about 5 in the morning. We were training out here at Trent's house. And I thought, oh, here's Thomas's number. We'll ring him. And it's, without being disrespectful, we didn't know who you were or whatever. And he goes, you said, oh, wow, you guys are up early. And we said, yeah, we're just training before work. And you were being polite and said, what do you do for work? And we told you. And I said, oh, what do you do for work? And you said, oh, I'm an athlete. And Trent goes, no, what do you do for work? And you said, well, I'm sponsored by Red Bull and that's my job. And we went, wow, that's and then we did a little bit of research and you're everywhere. So it was pretty simple to find you. And
that's when we watched the rope climb too.
Yeah. But it was just and we're sort of trying to bring it in that the people from OCR, Spartan, whatever it is, that sort of community is everyone's just awesome, if that makes sense. Like it's as though we'd been mates for years, I reckon. You probably don't, but I do. But it was just cool, like the things we did and just.
Mick keeps telling everybody, yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome
I'm
to.
Mick, but actually I know Thomas. So yeah.
Hang on, there, Thomas. I'm Mick.
Yeah. It's helped out a fair bit, so it's working.
It's very true though. Like I don't know if it's maybe the kind of person that does these kind of events, but in general, all the people in the obstacle racing scene, wherever we travel around the world, they're very like open and welcoming and like I want to say easygoing people. And it's one of the big things I really enjoy about what we do. Like the people are just good people.
Yeah. So what was your background in the sport, Thomas, before you obviously become a Red Bull athlete? Were you doing OCR before that or?
Yeah, so if we have to take it one or two steps back, I've always kind of been somebody who enjoyed running. I'm not spectacularly well at it, but fairly decent at it. And I did about 4 years of pretty competitive kickboxing before I specifically discovered obstacle racing. So I think my
how'd you go in the
background,
kickboxing scene?
pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I never really as big as the obstacle racing scene, but not a lot of people know I have a first degree black belt in kickboxing. I don't talk about it often, but so I don't know.
I felt all right in West Virginia once. I mean, Mammoth once I knew that. It was good. And how tall are you, by the way? Because you're not short. Like
192 centimeters. I don't know how many.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tall. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but I'm pretty tall.
Yeah, 3 foot taller than me. But...
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure how many foot that is, but it's pretty big.
I got no idea.
For a runner, I'm pretty big. Like I'm if you compare me to other runners, I look like this giant. I run like a tank,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but you are quick. Like you have to be quick because you won the 100 meter couple or a few years ago
Um,
now with OCR.
yeah, I won sprint in 2019 in London. I won the 100 meter. I got second place in the 3K, and yeah, I think that year I'm not sure where I ended in the 15, but I don't know how it just turned out. I generally started doing better at the short to medium distance races. In South Africa, we don't have a really big scene in like short to medium races, like sprint races, short court races. Most of them are what we call standard course, like the 15-kilometer races. So
Yeah.
locally, I've always been racing in that space. But then when I go internationally, we have a lot more opportunity to race like the 3Ks or 5Ks or even the 100 meters. And I think it's just given the size that I am and the speed that I can run and the stuff that I can do, if it's like a 3K, I can keep up the intensity with the typical like fast-paced runners. I think the obstacle density on a 3K course is just there's like less space between obstacles, so less like long running stride pieces, and then I can just put the hammer down.
Use
On
your
the longer
wingspan and
races, yes, all of that. On the longer
Yeah.
races, I think that typically the faster, lighter runners kind of just pull away on the long running pieces. Um, but given my size, I'm pretty quick on a downhill. Like these long giraffe legs, I'll catch most people on a downhill.
that's cool. And you're just over in the States as well. So
Yeah, that was
for the
really cool.
range.
So
That looks cool. That ranch thing.
yeah, yeah, the Red Bull North American team put together an event called Red Bull Rancher Strong, and it's basically a sprint format obstacle race, but themed around everything you'll do in ranching or farming life. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's very cool. The vibe of the event is really cool.
It's very cool to watch.
Yeah, and it's 2 years in a row. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 years in a row. Um,
2 years in a row,
it's
what?
He won.
I know that, but he
Yeah,
didn't say anything.
yeah. But he's going to wait till
yeah,
next
yeah.
year and he'll say it's three, trifecta. So
It's I don't want to say that I'm surprised that I've won. I guess anything can happen in these events. Given that it's so short, like if you just make one mistake, you kind of you drop out. So I'm really thankful and blessed that like it all came together 2 years in a row because the racing
Mm.
margins on the sprint races are so small. Like being able to pull it through once, you might maybe say it's luck, but now I'm going to claim it as experience and not luck.
yeah, that's it.
Get
That's
the trifecta next
that's
year.
the way to do it. So no, that's cool. What's
Yeah.
your prep before a race? I sort of know a little bit because we were up at Mammoth and I saw you doing the warm-up scenario, but what's your prep before a race? Whether it's morning, like as in from when you get up to when you get to a race, if it's 3 hours after, you're getting up. So what's that sort of scenario look like?
Um, so I typically like to wake up if let's say the race would be like in the mornings. I'd like to be up about four maybe even sometimes 5 hours before the race. I like to wake up like early before the race, give myself a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Typically I would have breakfast about 3 hours before race start. Um, and that's usually not something too heavy. I'd go with like muesli and some yogurt or banana and coffee, or sometimes like toast and peanut butter and honey. Um, I won't do a massive breakfast, but about 3 hours before, I'd eat a decent meal. And then about 2 hours before, I like to have like a snack or something, like a little bar or maybe a banana or something like that. And then I kind of feel that's the base, whether I'm doing a 3K or whether I'm doing a 15K, that's like been my typical routine nutrition wise. Kind of wake up 3 hours before, eat something, 2 hours before snack, and anything from an hour before up to race start, I'd have something to sip on, whether it's an electrolyte drink or a Red Bull or whatever that is. So the shorter races, I typically would do a Red Bull, but the longer ones, I'd like to have that later in the race. So I won't do it like before 15K start. I'd take about 30 minutes to warm up. these races always start faster than everybody say they're gonna start. Like if they say go, like on the elite races, it's like it's always full tilt. The first kilometer is like if you're not warmed up properly for any of the elite races, like it hits you hard once you start going. So I like to be warmed up properly. And I like to kind of, go to the side and maybe put some earphones on and get some music going. Like it's a big, let's call it mental, getting to the zone kind of vibe thing, which sometimes is hard. Like at the bigger events, being one of the more well-known people, like everybody wants to talk to you, all the cameras, or not all of them, but,
Yeah.
there's always media wants some kind of interview or some kind of comment before the race. So I typically try to find the media and they're like, hey, morning, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, oh, it's Thomas, let's do something. Okay, cool, we do our thing. And then I like sneak away and go do my thing. But media is
Up around the
important.
corner.
But yeah, media is important, but performance is importanter, if that's a word.
It is in Australia.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
what's
guess that's that. Yeah.
Yes, all right. You keep
No,
going.
that's I guess my routine in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, cool. And what's at the other end of it? What's your best recovery for you?
Rest. Lots of it. Yeah, I don't have a big like one specific thing that I can single out to say like these are the best stuff in the world. You have to do the ice bath and you have to do the foam roller and you have to do the this and the that. I think it each has its place. Typically eat well after a race. Like the big mistake a lot of people make is like once they had a big event and they're done, they go straight to pizza and beer. And we all do that. Like it's very satisfying. But to make sure you get all your nutrition in after the
Put
race,
something in. Yep.
yeah, your body needs to recover. So eat well and rest. Whether you like doing the ice baths for the inflammation or whether you do massages or whatever that, I think is very personalized. It works different for different people.
Yeah.
Do you use ice baths and stuff?
I do. I don't use it religiously. I typically do it mostly after big endurance sessions, as in big runs or something like that. I won't do it after a strength session or like a conditioning training session.
Yeah.
Like big ass mountain run, long obstacle race. After those, I like to do the ice baths. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's all right. Do you remember your first race, whether it was Warrior or whatever it was?
Yeah, 100%.
What was it? Tell us about it.
So first, I guess let's call it first encounter with obstacle racing was in 2014 or last race of 2013 actually with friends from the kickboxing club that I was still doing back then, and we did a local South African race known as the Warrior Race, and back then they were also just starting up and doing their thing, and we did the rookie discipline, which is essentially a 5 kilometer, and we just did it for fun. And I can recall we finished our run as the elites of that day crossed the finish line. So we were running up to the finish line and we saw the elites going over. And in my head, it was like, this is something you can like race. Like I thought it's just fun. Like you can race this thing. That's incredible. I'm gonna try this. So I entered the next one, but unknowingly there's an elite category, which obviously means you're here to compete. And then there's the open category, which means you're like here for the beer and the high fives.
Having fun. Yep.
Yeah, I entered for the beer and the high fives category. Just elite felt like this thing that's reserved to other people that do really well. And what that meant is we started 10 minutes behind the elite batch. And my mission for the day was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start 10 minutes behind, and then I'm gonna see if I can catch one of the elite oaks in the front. Like that was the plan. And starting gun went off, and I just went at it, racing hard, and eventually I started passing people. But out on the course, I really wasn't sure who's who and who's from what heat and where. And as I came over the finish line, they told me I'm in second place. So I was like, probably I'm second in my batch, but that's what I thought. But it turns out I caught all the elites except one. and I almost won the whole thing from 10 minutes back.
And that was
Wow.
your first event.
Yeah, the first like
Wow.
competitive one. So that was a bit of a light bulb moment, going like, "Hey, I'm pretty good at this. I should probably do
Yeah.
more of these."
That's
And I
cool.
entered the next one in the correct category, and I got second place again. And then I won three of them like in a row. And then I was like, "Okay, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I should do more of these."
And that
And
Yes.
was
here
all
we
Warrior
are.
one, South Africa.
Yeah, those are all warrior races like back then.
Yeah.
Well, they're still the biggest one in the country, but back then they
Yeah.
were the only one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So what other ones do you have in South Africa? You got Warrior. Do you have OCR?
Um, so the brands of kind of let's call it the mainstream or global recognizable brands like Spartan Race and Tough Mudder, they all kind of stepped into the South African market just before COVID.
Okay.
We just started having all of those locally. And I think just COVID wrecked it all. So the
Mm,
both
it's a
Spartan and
shame.
Tough Mudder, yeah, they didn't really they no longer in South Africa. We do have some smaller independent brands, but by far the biggest one is the Warrior Race. They pull,
Yeah.
yeah, they pull big numbers. They put on quality events, like they proper, and they're difficult. They're hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some videos and it's some of the obstacles are very like the military style or it's just looks
Mm.
pretty wild. So which obviously suits you guys because in OCR, like obstacle course racing, there's no real set course or obstacle plan out or anything with any event. Like it sort of seems to chop and change from what we've seen. You've probably seen a little bit more than us, but it's it seems to you get there and you don't know what you're in for. So that's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like that about the sport.
it has its pros and cons. Like um, being so, what do you call it? I guess fluent that it can change as much is. There's this, let's call it Olympic dream or having obstacle racing in the Olympics or as a recognized official sport. And I know that modern pentathlon, um, obstacle racing currently is now falling underneath the organization
Yes.
of modern pentathlon. And they're working really hard on getting the structures right and the ruling right and the formats right and getting the like locals and qualifiers and world champs and all that. So that process is definitely ongoing. But I personally have also enjoyed the fact that you can go to different places all around the world to different events, and they each kind of have their own, I don't
Yeah.
know, way and their own flavor and other things. That's been really cool.
Yeah. What
That's
was the
magic.
one, Thomas, in the castle? What you're running around a castle and
Mm,
what was that
that was
one?
cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you
That
see them?
Mm.
That's cool.
I'll try and find a clip of it. It used to be called Red Bull Conquer the Castle. So it was
That's it.
also a
That's the
Red
one.
Bull owned event. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in
That's cool.
Denmark, and it was again just really themed, like you were conquering this castle. You would
Mm,
run and
that
you'd
was cool.
like, yeah, that was a really cool event. And
It was
they
good to
also had it for
watch.
2 years. The format was cool. Like
Mm,
I think the course was like 3 odd kilometers long, but you had to run a
That's cool.
qualifier, and then you had to run like a quarter, and then you had to run a semis, and then you had to run finals. And
Wow.
every time the like, for example, in the first heat, they'll take maybe 10 athletes that progress, and then they'll take like six, and then they'll take four, and then you're going to your final. So it's a really difficult, that's just strategically difficult event to race because you have to be fast enough in each heat to keep qualifying, but
Yeah.
you still have to be strong enough to run in the final.
yeah.
Like that
Wow.
was,
Hold
yeah,
enough
it's a
fuel.
very,
Yeah.
very cool like event strategically to try and race.
Is that still going, Thomas, or I just watched an old one, did I?
No, that's not going anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
That's been away for a while now. I think the event organizer sold it to somebody else, and I don't
Okay.
know what they did with it.
Yeah. No, cool.
Sadly.
That's cool. Yeah.
What's your best personal goal in either sport or and life or both?
Sure. I guess that's a question that I've been thinking about a lot over the last 2 years, and it kind of changes. Because initially the goal was, just be the biggest, baddest guy in the sport and just kick ass, travel around the world, be world champion, like just But it is, I guess the biggest shift came after I had kids. Like I have 3 kids. Eldest is 7. He's a boy, and then a girl, which is currently 4, and then a youngest, which is 2. So like, little um, bunch of toddlers.
Yeah.
And it kind of changes your perspective on life from just being about you to being about them and the humans they become, and like how you lead and present like life to them. So sport to me has become a really big way to kind of I love saying they don't do what you say, they do what you do. As in, you can tell them to be healthy and eat healthy and be outside, but if you're sitting on the couch the whole day watching TV, drinking beer, then that's what they're gonna do. So
Natural.
for me, it's sport has become this thing that I can use to kind of showcase life to them as kids, but also to other people. There's there's this kind of process of I've seen it with all kinds of events all around the world with people who kind of sign up for let's take an example for obstacles racing world champs in Australia. Like if it seems like for people who don't do that, it seems like this very difficult thing to go do. But if they kind of commit to go and do that, suddenly they have to like wake up to train. They naturally meet other people that do these kind of things. They typically end up eating better, like healthier. And so the whole process of aiming for some kind of big goal, like just connects you with good habits, it connects you with good people, and it kind of shapes you as a character into a better human being altogether. So the whole process of sport has become the valuable thing and not just winning the podium. Like this whole journey is, that's the cool part.
Yeah. That one of I think it's what you might put on maybe last week or something, Thomas. You and your son training with, like, you both had no shirts on it, and you're both running away. It looked cool. Very cool, mate.
Yeah.
Good
like,
memories.
Yeah.
Just
And you said something about do as you do, and it was very cool.
I'm sure you guys can relate with that as well.
Yeah, we got our kids are older. Like, it's better. It's like you said, that scenario through the journey of life. And you only want them to do better than yourself. So it's pretty natural to get them to hopefully follow your footsteps, but do one
better.
extra step. Yeah, which is pretty cool. So things you do. Other than what you can't talk about, what's on the horizon? Like what's going on? Yeah, I'm tied up with everything that's focused on this one goal. But
You just tell us, mate. Nobody's listening.
actually, we had about
if
5
if you switch off the recording, I can tell you all about it.
Yeah. And we don't know how to edit, so don't tell us if you nah. It's
No, like it's
so
everything
with
is
your
not
because
like
you've
fun
got
all the time.
Hardies, haven't you? So the Hardies trails,
Oh
like
yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's probably something that some people won't know about. So
So I live in an area called Hartbeespoort, or we just refer to it as Harties. And it is a mountainous area with a whole bunch of trails and so on. It's just like a very tourist area. And myself and a partner, host trail running events in and around these mountains. Given that we've run here for more than 10 years, we kind of know all the nice parts to go to and all the best routes to use. And me personally, I've just connected with so many people in the area that I know all the property owners that I need to kind of connect with and ask permission to run through the land and all that. So what we've done is there's 2 big mountain ridge lines, and in the middle there's a lake or a dam. And we've connected all the different trail venues around the dam into one big massive loop that like circumnavigates the whole dam from one side 360 all the way around and back. And it ended up being 80, just over 80, like I want to say 85 kilometers of mountain trail running to circumnavigate this dam. It's in total. So how we structure it is if you're running the full loop, or the Harties loop is what we call it, you would run all the way around. If you're doing the half, then we'd bust you from the finish line to the halfway mark, and then you'd run the second half, which is then a marathon, 42.
Yeah.
And then we have a 21 that's on the same concept and a 12 that's on the same concept. So everybody's running the route in the same direction, just some is running further than others.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
initially we started marketing these events as, it's for everyone. You come out and do these events. But turns out the Machalis, or the mountains here, it's called the Machalis Big Mountains. They're hard. Like, they are steep, they are rocky, they are very unforgiving. And our 42-kilometer event is considered amongst a lot of the trail runners as the hardest marathon in the country. Like,
Wow,
that's
cool.
it is
That's
hard.
epic.
So it's become this like challenge, this like thing to say that you have completed that event. Like it's really become something. It's fourth year this year, yeah. Having it on the 1st of August.
Okay.
Got some training to do.
That keeps me busy.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Well,
good.
you guys should come down and run it. If I
You
get
just said it's the hardest in South Africa.
Have you seen us?
Yeah.
Oh, you seen him?
yeah, you guys are legends. You should come and run it.
Yeah, I told you that, but we're not really. So it's just, nah, it's yeah, I'm like you, I like going downhill. So, but you have to
I've
go
got
up
some
it to go
downhills.
down it.
Yeah, don't
You
worry
gotta
about
go
the
up
up
to get
part. We'll
down.
talk about that later.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just sign up today and then yeah. And in saying that, you're a bit of an entrepreneur because you do a bit of everything. Because you got huts at home like that, like Airbnb
yeah.
as such.
Yeah, but as you mentioned these things, I'm like, oh, yeah, we do that as well. So
Is that under Airbnb, Thomas?
yeah, so
Yeah.
we have 2 properties. One that we've been operating for 6 going on 7 years now, which is one big like house, like halfway up the mountain with like incredible view. The same mountains that we have these trails on. That we've been having an operational guest house business that you can book the house and come out and stay here and like have a good time.
So if we go over there, we could watch you from there. Yeah.
You can,
Go, Thomas.
yeah, well, exactly. You can come down. I've got a spot for you to stay. We've bought another property next door that we're also building into a little like self-catering, like these bush cabins. We've built the first one, which has been operating the whole of December up to now. We're busy building the second one. So that's like my sideline project for a business, yes, but also like to get people to come out to these places and these mountains and they can stay here. And we have a trail network from here so they can run from here. Like we do some small events from here. Like it's a means for me to share this place that has kind of shaped me into who I am, and I kind of love these mountains and the beauty of it all. So I can invite other people to come and experience it. It's cool to me.
So how can people find that? Because you've got the toilet with a view as well, haven't you? In that one.
Toilet with a view.
Yeah, when you were building it, you go, there you go, toilet with a view, and it's just a mountain, just a beautiful area. So, but so how do people find that if they want to look at that? That's
so there's 2 businesses. The one is it's a difficult name. It's called Koinonia Bush Lodge. I'll go send it to you guys with a little photo or link or so forth. You can put it with wherever we post this. And yeah, the other one's called Oppiberg Guest House, meaning on the mountain guest house. Like this describes what it is. It's like a big house on the mountain. Yeah, and then the trail running series is called the Hearties Trail Experience. So I'll get all those links together and kind of send it over to you. Like this is all the other stuff I do besides running around trying to win races. Or
that's cool, mate. We'll stick it on the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we'll try to.
You try to. We're not real tech savvy, mate, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I think you'll figure it out.
What's your biggest challenge, mate?
Biggest challenge currently is finding balance between all these things we just mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for potential. Like if there's something that has good potential, I'm like, oh, this can be so cool and so big, and like we can't just leave it. We need to make it happen. And then I end up having all these things going on. so currently the biggest, I guess, focus is still Thomas as an athlete and being the best possible like performance person I can be for Red Bull and for some of the other sponsors, and making that just make that work. And sometimes people get to a point where they feel like they don't want to really be this high performing athletes anymore, or whatever that looks like. I haven't reached that yet. I'm still pretty amped on what I'm doing. So even though I am building sideline businesses, it's not like I'm building it because I feel like I don't want to do sport anymore. It's more just, I don't know, it just happens. Yeah. So we're doing the most challenging thing is finding balance between all that: family time, training time, business development, staff management. Like that's been the hard part, making it all click. And sometimes something goes upside down on the one end and you have to like pick it up again. So it's part of the process, I guess, to figure it all out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to do this? OCR?
No, I kind of just found it. I never saw myself being a professional athlete. Like it's not something that I grew up going, oh, one day I'm gonna have a Red Bull cap and I'm gonna like travel around the world. Like I never saw this coming. I was a sporty person and I was pretty good at all the sport stuff. I was never the best. But as soon as I started doing the obstacle races and started winning these events, like that was the first time I really realized that you can win prize money for winning events. Like it's like I knew it, but you never really like I didn't click it properly. Like wow. Like I can just run away from these other people and they give me money. I'm like, this is amazing.
You just got to get to the end first. That's all you got to do. So
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I had a bit of a mind shift there where like, okay, I can kind of build a bit of a brand or a thing from doing sport. And back then I was still working a like 9 to 5 construction job. I used to like help build houses and things. So it was a realization that I knew the construction world was not where I wanted to be long term. And if I could become an athlete, like that just, that sounded amazing. So I went all in on being an athlete. Like I quit my job with minimal savings. So I kind of, it's like that saying of I think it's a Japanese story, but of the people that's like attacking an island, they all arrive on the boats and then the captain burns all the boats as they arrive. So there's no backing out plan. There's no plan B. You kind of have to win this war. It was kind of like that, just jump in and I have to make this work. And maybe that was part of the motivation. Like if I don't win this race, like I'm not going to be buying bread next month. Like we got to run.
I got to run fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hold on to things and grab them. And it's there's probably easier sports out there, I reckon. So
I guess anything can be hard on top level. Like people always ask me, how difficult is this versus how difficult is that? And I tell them running 100 meters can be hard if you're running against Usain Bolt. Like everything is difficult in its own right.
Yeah.
So if you're running against Thomas,
it's hard.
Yeah. That's it.
When's the best time to train, Thomas? Do you train morning and night, or do you train morning or night? Yeah. When's the best time?
Yes, there's not a best and a worst time. I think there's just whatever fits better for you. Like there's, as long as you make time to train. And it's surprising to me when I used to work in the construction. I used to wake up at like 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning. I'd do my whole training session. I'd go to work the whole day, and then after work I'd go training again. And I look back on that now, I'm like, gee, how did I do that? Like wow, it's wild. So I reckon some people like training in the afternoon, some like training in the morning. I typically like training in the morning. I feel like it just sets my day up right. And kind of I think a lot while I run. So that's kind of all the stuff that needs to happen during the day and so forth, and maybe the stuff that I didn't do yesterday, or just, I don't know, pondering life.
Yeah.
And then once I've done running, you get those endorphins, you feel good, you've done something productive. Joe Rogan has a cool way of saying it, that if he's worked hard in the morning, he doesn't, he's proven to himself that today he's not a piece of shit. Today he's on it and he's gonna get stuff done. So it just
I
sets
like
up
that.
your day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like training in the
Mate,
mornings, and then after I go into life.
that's cool.
Yourself? Morning or
That's
afternoon?
We do morning and go. No, we normally go to
yeah.
the gym or
At the
here
moment,
in the
yeah.
morning, and then run somewhere in the afternoon.
At the moment, we do. So we're probably doing 5 or 6 days a week at the moment, but doing
Nice.
double. Like we're on a hard run week this week. It's only a couple of weeks out from the OCR. So I told our coach, she's awesome and she's
Mm.
like a multi-world champion in a lot of sports. And she goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, I don't care if I'm the last person. If I've got a band on my wrist, I'm happy. Like and it
Mm.
sounds bad 'cause we're sponsors and we should be doing well, but to me, that's doing well because at Mammoth, I lost my band on the rope obstacle up the top of that little hill that we went up. Like it
Mm.
was nuts. And
Didn't look very little, but
no, well, these guys took.
yeah,
I
no.
think
Yeah,
Leon was
it was
saying he
a
did
big
the
hill.
3K in 27 minutes. Like, and you guys
Mm.
are pros, so it made me feel a bit
Went to
better.
Sweden. What was it? 3K? We had 15 minutes, 14
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah, it was
14
horrible.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pros are doing it,
That was
but
hard.
that's for my scenario. If I can keep my band, so we've been doing a lot of grip strength stuff, and like I said, I'd rather until you've done that sort of this sport, you don't understand how much you sort of rely on your grip
Yeah.
and things like that. And for some reason, once your hands go and your forearms, your legs
Mm.
seem to follow. I don't know. It just with me, it does anyway.
No, no.
The 3K was harder than the 12K for me on both of them. Like I don't know.
Wow.
Hmm.
I reckon
Okay.
that because I did the one last year with Mick in Sweden, and
Mm.
like I'm thinking, 3K, this is awesome. I'm going to smash this down. I reckon 1,500 meters. I was ready to lay down and just cry. Me
It was
arms,
yeah.
like they're like this bit like Popeye arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you went like that, more than that pressure, it would have blown up. Like you would know what it's like, but yeah,
I was just like, this is like because like the sprint we do in Spartan, it's the 5K or 5-ish K,
Mm.
and the 3K. I was just, this is insane.
Yeah.
different obstacles
Like,
and things like that. But and talk about yeah, because you did a little grip strength. We just did a challenge last month with the gym.
Yeah, I nearly caught Thomas.
Yeah, and I was close to you actually. I was that far away. I'm holding it right back here. I got 3.5 minutes, which I thought was awesome. What did you get?
yeah.
4:10. I was pretty close to Thomas.
So we're getting there. What did you get a couple of months back? What was that time?
Um, yeah, anything over 2 minutes, I say is a proper hang. If you're going over 4 minutes, then you're doing well. Like for the
Yeah.
average people trying to do obstacle races and things. So we did
I had lunch while I was watching you.
Yeah.
a so I'll give you perspective. We had it was a filming day. So we were in Salzburg, close to headquarters of Red Bull in Austria. We had some athletes there for like a obstacle racing, or not obstacle racing, for athlete conference workshop thing. And at the last day, we had this media day where we do a couple of different challenges. And myself and Noah Olsen, which is like a world-renowned CrossFitting athlete, absolute
You got,
beast. Like,
you
yeah,
got 10, didn't you?
we so the challenge was to hang as long as possible. So dead hang on a bar, you're allowed to leave one hand and put it back on, just as long as you don't put your feet on the ground. This was one of 5 different challenges that we did that day. So they only posted the one
Wow.
where I beat him, but he crushed me in some
Mm.
other stuff they didn't post.
Doesn't matter.
Um,
Yep.
Leave
yeah,
that one alone.
so the goal was to hang as long as possible, and I got to 23 minutes and 20 seconds of hang time,
And
which
4 minutes is awesome.
no, but it's for I go on to say the more average people, 4 minutes is good.
Average.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in perspective, what do you think the world record is for dead hang time? Like the longest time, I won't have
I,
the exact number in my head, but
I
I've
thought you did
I've
it.
got it. No, I'm not even close.
Really?
Yeah,
It'd have to be
I
an
would say
hour.
it's over 2 hours.
Hey,
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
pretty
as
close.
impressive, yeah, I'm pretty average then, hey? As impressive as
I
23
doubt
minutes
that.
is.
It was
Wow.
unreal. Like I was just watching eating my lunch, going, "Holy good!" Like
Yeah.
I finished my lunch, and
Yeah.
And watching the clock ticking over, I'm going, yep. And then you, like you said, you're allowed to have the one hand, so you're releasing and obviously
Yeah.
stretching your fingers and getting some
that's
circulation.
that was the difference for us, mate. We weren't allowed. We had to have two hands on the bar, so
Yeah,
yeah,
Mm.
we would at least
If you
got two.
can't,
between us.
easy for sure. Between
It's,
us.
it's a, if you haven't tried it, guys, try and hold by one arm for hand
Yeah,
for I don't know for a minute. I don't know. It's
Mm.
hard. So yeah,
Mm.
don't
unreal.
smashing it. So
It was very cool to watch.
Well, shot. Thanks. Like it was, I did surprise myself though. I didn't think I would hang on the ball that long.
Yeah,
So even to me, it was pretty cool to do.
it was like you
yeah,
got
But
sick of
yeah.
holding it. Like look, you just like
yeah.
stood down. I thought it's like you went, "Oh, I'm getting hungry now," or something like that.
So in honesty, my hands started gripping a little bit, and we still
Okay.
had to do more challenges. So I was like, I don't want to do the rest of the challenges with like ripped hands. So I'm just gonna let go now. So I jumped
Wow.
off.
It's
Because that's what it looked like. You just sort of
yeah.
went,
Mm.
"Okay, I'm done."
What else am I going to do now? So
You know, like when you watch our
Yeah.
hang time, like we're hanging by our fingertips at the very end, and yeah,
Mm. But if you're not allowed to let go of the bar, it makes it significantly more difficult. Like if you're
mm,
allowed to like leave the one hand and shake it out a bit and put it back on, like that makes a big difference.
yeah.
yeah, sort of reset and then grab your grip again, I suppose. So
Mm.
that's nuts.
Hmm.
No.
No, very cool.
Yeah.
What tip would you give to a first timer that wanted to either obstacles or OCR or Spartan for the first time or Warrior at near your place? What would you say to those guys? Someone that I don't know may do. If over here we have park run, which is 5Ks, and they might take 45 minutes, like it, which is good time as
Mm.
well. What would you say to those guys that are sort of looking, thinking, and we've got one that's a Spartan that's coming here and it's going to be ultrafecta, so trifecta plus the ultra. And we
Ooh.
sort of would love more locals to be involved. And they sort of, when they talk to us, they go, oh, we can't do that, which is strange because they haven't tried, but they're sort of
Mm.
giving that away. But what advice would you give to that sort of person that said, look, in 3 months' time, I want to try this? What advice would you have for those guys?
So typically, I tell people to just do one of them. Do one that doesn't scare like doesn't scare
Yeah.
you like to your bones. Like take one, and if you haven't done anything like this before, just go and experience it for the fun of it. Like take the 5K, which is like same as a park run, and just go and experience it. And typically I'd tell them to take somebody with them. Like take somebody, challenge them to like, I'm gonna do this thing I've never done. Like come and join me and we'll go through this process of doing it.
Yeah,
But to the people that have done some fitnessy things in the past and kind of have seen either a Spartan or Tough Mudder or Warrior or whatever ad, and they might want to try it. Like I'm gonna go back to that conversation of like the value of it all. Like the value in having this big scary goal is not beating the big scary goal. It's the process of you becoming a better person, attempting to get your big scary goal. Like it just there's so many life positives that comes out of the process of training for something like this, and like to build up to game day, the mental strength it builds, the physical habits it builds, the character it builds in yourself, like doing this thing that's really difficult and suffering and feeling like you're going to give up on life halfway through and then getting through it and finishing. Like there's so much value in that. Like
yeah,
it's something that you have to experience to appreciate. So I'd say to people who haven't done it, like just make the commitment, pick something scary, and the process is going to be worth it.
yeah.
That's
There's
what,
nothing cooler than running across the finish line. Like
yeah.
this,
Or
every time I
walking
do it,
or,
you just
yeah.
think, yeah, that's worth it.
Mm.
Like you
And
might be dying out in the course, and that,
there's a
Yeah.
lot of emotions, or I sort of go through a heap of different emotions where I'm going, oh no, and then it's awesome, and then you sort of, yeah, you sort of mixed emotions and things like that. But I think, yeah, like you said, if it doesn't scare you, it's not going to change your sort of scenario, and you I always sort of go back to that scenario. Remember the day you got a flat battery on the way to your work. You don't remember every other day getting to work. So it's the stuff that sort of,
Mm.
it's a bit hard that you
Yeah.
sort of remember. So yeah.
You have parkrun in South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I'll post a video later today of myself and my 6-year-old boy went to run the park run. And I thought typically I'm gonna go run with him. It's gonna be like just a chill morning for me to just trot along slowly with my 6-year-old boy. And at one stage, I looked down to my watch and we're running like 4 minutes 20 per kilometer. I'm not sure what that is in miles, but
Wow.
he was flying. I was like, I was supposed to just chill here today. Like, why are you running this fast? Like, how is this possible?
It's
So
cool to
yeah,
see.
You'll have to put him on later because I need some training tips. All right. So
yeah,
wow,
I'll bring
that's
him in to
cool.
just explain to you how it works. And he had no shoes on. It was like, you want to take your shoes? No, he doesn't want shoes. Like, he
Wow.
runs without shoes.
Barefoot, yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
unreal.
I'll post a video later today. It's like, just what's going on here? Like, that's a good example of they don't do what you say, they do what you do. Like, I
Yeah.
can't tell him like,
Yeah.
hey, you should be competitive and train hard and blah blah blah. But just it's by default there because he's seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, mate. What's your best compliment, Thomas, that you've ever got?
Sure. That's a really good question. Not a lot of people ask that. What's the biggest compliment you've ever gotten? Um, I think the most rewarding thing is if I hear stories of other people that are buying things because of what I do and the value that has brought to their life. Like even if they don't end up doing obstacle races, they like see me doing things that seems difficult or that seems like out there or that seems like this is something hard to do. Wow, how are you doing that? Like if Thomas can hang on a bar for 23 minutes, I could probably try and do 2 or 3 minutes. Like the most rewarding thing is seeing other people find confidence to try and do things that's intimidating to them because of the crazy stuff I do. Like that's that's cool.
Yeah. Well, Mick doesn't, I reckon he talks about you every day, mate. So that's anything.
Every day after
I think I
coffee.
talk about you in my sleep too. So don't. That's just
I'll ask your
yeah.
wife
No.
about it.
No, don't. No, don't. It's a different Thomas anyway. All right. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Other Thomas. He just hangs for two
Yeah, yeah.
minutes.
That's it. Now, you got to be honest here. What's something the listeners wouldn't know about you? And pretend there's more than 10 listeners, all right?
Okay, so for all 11 listeners, um, um, something that I know about me. I used to do a lot of art. I used to draw and paint. I haven't done it in a long time. I'll try and find a photo somewhere of something I've done.
Yeah.
But it's something I quite enjoy. It's like the contrast of all the crazy and go, 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 go is this, I guess, slow down, like breathe, chill, and yeah, I just kind of it's weirdly satisfying. Um,
Okay.
if you work on this big painting, not that I've done any massive works of any big credibility, but you kind of work on small piece at a time and it feels like you're getting nowhere. And then kind of when you're almost done with it, you step back and you're like, oh, wow, like look how it's coming together. Like it's weirdly satisfying. Yeah, I used to paint and draw
Okay.
quite a bit.
Well, we didn't know
I don't
that.
think a lot
Yeah,
of it.
that's no. So is any of that artwork in the Airbnbs?
Yeah, I actually have one that's in my house. It's like a sunset tree thing. Um, yeah, I'll try and find a photo or two. I'll have to go quite far back on my camera roll or somewhere on
Yeah.
backed up photos. I'll get you something.
Right, right. And what's something you can't race without? Every race you got to take, or
Sure.
like a lucky pair of jocks or socks or something.
Lucky pair of jocks. Um, yeah, I have like these pink jocks, and I always race in the pink ones.
Yeah.
Um, no, there's nothing particular that like jumps to mind. Um, I like having let's call it good build up in the morning to the events, like that little just time, not being rushed. Like if I wake up late or I overslept on event morning, like that's something I really don't like. Like I like to
Yeah.
mentally zone myself into what's coming, and that just takes time. Even if I like wake up in the morning, I make my coffee and I like sit there and think about what's coming and all the prep and the planning and this course, and like I like having that time pre-event to like get my mind in the zone. Like that's something I don't like not having. I
Yeah.
don't have a physical thing like wearing my lucky armband or my something.
Yeah. Is that the armband, the Red Bull one, the blue
Obviously.
one?
Mm.
Yeah, that's like you. Oh, you got a white one as well, I think. But is that more, without sort of being rude, but being polite to the sponsors? Is that more the sponsor scenario, or is that something that you use, just in
Um,
general use, or is
both.
that more just to say, look, this is me, this is who looks after me and gets me around the world?
Both. But I used to use like I use the sleeves quite a lot. Just in obstacle racing, you tend to like be on the ground and you crawling, and there's always something that hurts your arms or your knees or something. And I started using the sleeves just out of comfort. But it turns out just to being such a nice brandable space on my arms, and it's always in a photo somewhere because you're using your arms on the obstacles, on the carries, on the whatever. So it just
Yeah.
looks good for branding, and it's almost become something that I always race with. So
Yeah.
it's not like I would not be okay if I forget my sleeve, I'll be fine. But it's just typically been I always have a sleeve, and I've always been racing with a sleeve. So it's just kind of my thing
Yeah.
by now, as I take
Yeah.
a sleeve,
Yeah. Nah, it
and
looks,
it
like
looks
I said,
cool.
it looks
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
it does. Yeah, it's sort of
Do you
Yeah,
only have one? Do you have
yeah,
two? No, it's
one,
one.
one.
yeah, just one. That makes
Yeah.
it
I was
odd.
just
If you,
thinking, yeah.
yeah.
No,
That way, if you
awesome.
ever lose one of the pair, it doesn't matter. So
That's
it's,
right.
yeah, it's smart.
If I buy one, yeah.
Yeah.
It
No,
is
awesome,
like
mate.
there's a left hand and a right hand sleeve. So if I lose the wrong one, the branding is going to be upside down. And I have once or twice put it on, and then after a race looked at the photos and I'm like, oh man, it's upside down. But at least sometimes I'm also upside down, and then it looks fine.
I was going to say if
That's the
you,
reason.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
rope traverse something like, yeah. No, awesome, mate.
yeah.
Who do you reckon we should have a chat to next?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Can you put us in contact with us?
Um, well, I think you've already had a chat with Leon, correct?
No,
No.
no,
Right.
not yet. Steve, we did from OCR gives back.
Yeah, he's a good
We had a chat to
yeah.
him. He's awesome. He's cool. He's coming over as well. So,
Hmm.
but he's
Are
he's
you?
he's just a true gentleman, isn't he? Like, and he's there for the right
Hmm.
reasons. It's yeah, he's awesome. So,
Yeah, he's been around the block as well. He's always been at the obstacle racing world champ events.
Yeah.
Um, well, I think we need to do an athlete, and you need to do maybe an organizer or like somebody that's part of putting together the actual obstacle racing world champs event. I think it'll be really cool for the athletes and the people to get some perspective to what it takes to bring an international brand like down to Australia and putting on these
Yeah.
events and what it takes. I build up to the event. I think that'll be cool. And then maybe
Yeah.
Leon is a good idea. He's been around forever. He's definitely coming to the obstacle racing champs in
yes,
Australia. So I think Leon would be a good go-to
Right.
guest.
yeah. And thanks to you, I sort of met him. I've met him a couple of times now, but that when when you said you want to stay with us, we sounds bad, but once we knew, I thought, holy shit. And then when we were going up and we were at Mammoth, you said, oh yeah, I just chatted to Leon. We might go around there and see Leon and the girls. And do you want to come with me? Hell yeah. Like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm just there going like this, just looking but and he's awesome. Like and the girls were magic too. Like it was that's
I
an
got to meet
area.
Leon in Sweden, so it's cool.
Yeah, he is. He's good for
Yeah,
the sport. He's awesome. So
We're into
like you
his
said, like it's
shirt thing. Yeah.
hmm?
wearing the pants. Oh, he you know how
Oh,
he
the
races
pants.
in the suits?
Is it them pants?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So he races
yeah.
in the suits, and at Sweden we got to have a catch up with him. at the same
These shirts and
yeah, and they had everything, and it was unreal. And he did a speech, and it was pretty cool. And then all the sounds bad, but we were there plus the famous people. Like we're sort of going like that, just pointing at everyone and
oh,
going,
pointing at us,
"Oh,
mate.
yeah, who are
Who are
they?" They
they?
said,
What are
"Yeah,
we doing here?
nah,
How do they get through security?
yeah, they're at the wrong address." Yeah. So, and I bought some pants that I use for work, and but he's a cool dude, and he's doing real well and representing
Hmm.
OCR so
Yeah,
well.
sure.
And he's still on top
Sure.
of it as well, like because you guys won the teams race, and I think he's
Yeah,
been hanging around for a little while now. So
he's been around for sure. He's been around a while. Like, and you say we went to these like things where famous people are. It's like it's all just people, eh? Like it's just if you get to know them, or like we said, the obstacle racing crowd. Like it's all easygoing people. So sometimes you look at them and see, oh, this is the person that's always on the billboards, always on the ads, and it seems like
yes,
this famous person that you're not really allowed to approach because they're out there. But in reality, it's not. It's all just people. So. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you guys fit right in.
yeah, I don't know about that. How do people find you?
They never do. I'm always in the mountains and they don't know where I am.
Have you are you on social media by any
Yeah. No, I'm
chance?
joking.
Very cool to follow.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm mostly on Instagram, just at Thomas_OCR. Most of my stuff goes through there. I'm also on Facebook, and I don't really post too much stuff on TikTok. Every now and then I remember I have an account and I put something up there. But Instagram and that obviously reposts to Facebook as well. So
Yeah,
if they want to see what I'm up to, I typically put some updates on there.
it's worth
And
finding.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
Very cool to watch.
yeah.
So thanks, mate, for your time, and hope we asked some good questions. Thanks for being on our podcast, and we'll and obviously it was awesome chatting to you,
yeah.
and Mick got to meet you. I'm going to meet you one day.
Yeah, well,
So
Yeah.
no, thank you for listeners listening and watching on some YouTube or all the podcast channels. So thank you very much, and we'll catch you around.
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Thomas.
absolute
Thanks, mate.
pleasure.
Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas.